Welcome back to the Shelves. I'm Judy.
And I'm Michael.
Today we're going to look at printing press. This is sent to us by Portal Games for review. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Now, this is actually the lighter version of Gutenberg.
Also published by Portal Games.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is just a little bit watered down version of that game.
So we're going to take a look at how it plays and then we'll get back to tell you what we think.
Printing press is played over a total of 3 rounds. And basically what we're doing is we are adding elements to our frames to score points based on objectives on our frames and on these plates that we've drafted at the beginning of each round. We also start with a character card that has a special ability that we can use depending on the character, but usually once per game. We also have 3 of these tiles that we start with, and at any time throughout the game, we can add these tiles which have the same elements on them to our tableau somewhere. Each round consists of 6 different phases that we are going to be drafting these cards and adding them to our tableau. So in turn order, we are going to draft them and we have to place them in our tableau in the right orientation. So as you can see, this one is horizontal and these ones are vertical. We cannot rotate them in any way when we put them in our tableau. So for example, I might draft this one and I'm going to put it like that for my tableau. And then you're going to take one. Now we are picking these based on the different elements that might score us points in these objectives.
Those are the customer's requests.
The customer's requests,
yeah.
Exactly. So once everybody at the table has drafted one, there's always going to be one left over. That one gets discarded, and then we move on to the next phase by flipping over 3 more and putting them in the right order. So now again, in turn order, which is based on initiative by how many cubes you have, and there are going to be cubes throughout the different frames and in your tableau. So now if it was my turn, I would pick another one. Now, there are placement rules here. Again, I have to keep it oriented the right way, but it can go anywhere I want in my tableau as long as it is touching side by side, or it is touching on the ends, or I can even cover up ones that I have already placed. So for example, if I wanted to take this one, I could even do this if I wanted to. Now I can never go under, but I can go over like that.
You just took my card.
Aha.
Okay.
Now this one would get discarded and we would deal out 3 more and start again. This time, let's just say I didn't want any of these cards. So what I could do now is I could pick one. Usually I'm going to look at your board and think, which one does Judy want? But I think she wants this one. But I don't want it. It doesn't help me. So I'm actually going to discard it out of the game. And now I can go in this bag and draw randomly 3 tiles. 1, 2, 3. And I get to pick one of those to add to my tableau somewhere. And then the other 2 simply go back into the bag.
Wow. Okay. I think that's a good strategy.
Okay. And then we're going to discard and turn over 3 more.
So right now, as you can see, this circle is a border. That means we're going to pause a little bit and look at the bottom here. You have to pick one of the objectives that you want to use. It will help you score at the end of a game. And you can score in 3 frames that you made. If they have those symbol, you can score that. Simply put the bonus token on the one that you choose. So there is one here, and the second round will be a different spot, but they all show with a border.
Now, at the end of the round, you should have placed 6 cards in your tableau and maybe some of these tokens as well. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our frame and we are going to cover up the best 3x3 grid we can based on our objectives. So I might do something like this. Now it's okay to have a blank in there somewhere, but you are covering up or omitting all of the ones that don't fit into the frame.
Yes.
Now we are going to score based on a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
So first you are going to look at your scoring plate here. You have your main objective
Mm-hmm.
and then your secondary objective.
Yes.
You score your main objective, and if you have not scored your main objective or completed it, you cannot score your secondary objective.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, this one requires I need a U, and an I, which I have a U, and an I. So I'm going to score 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary objective, I need 2 U's beside each other, which I have right here. They can be horizontal or vertical. So because I've scored this and I've completed that, I also score another 2 points.
Nice.
Then I move to these objectives on the frame itself.
Mm-hmm.
This one states I need a blue ink drop on the leftmost column.
Yeah.
And a yellow drop in the middle row.
Mm-hmm.
I have the blue ink drop, but I do not have the yellow drop, so I do not score those points.
Okay.
Then this one over here states I need the tools and the pelt, which I have, so I'm going to score 4 points.
Nice.
Then in the middle, that says 2 points there. If I have scored my main objective on the plate and these two, I also get the bonus 2 points here.
That's another bonus score. Wow.
That's right. And then I'm just going to add them to the score pad here. Now, remember, this 2 point bonus here is only scored at the end of the game.
Yes.
So now that everybody has scored, what we're going to do is we're going to start a new round.
Okay.
So we are going to each draft a new frame and a new plate.
Yes.
And we're going to start drafting cards to add to our second tableau.
Sounds good.
Now that we've completed and scored 3 different rounds, now it's time to look at the bonus points we talked about earlier. So now that I have my bonus tokens on a red droplet, a yellow droplet, and the tool symbol, I'm going to count each instance in all of my frames and score 2 points each. So, for example, for the red droplets, I would score 2, 4, 6 points. For the yellow droplet, I would score 0 points. And for the tool symbol, I would score another 2, 4, 6 points.
Right on. The gray one, I can score 2. For the yellow one, 2, 4, 6. And for the red droplet, I can score 2.
Then you would add it to the score pad and you would add up each of your frames' total scores plus your bonus scores, and the player with the most points is the winner.
The winner! So that is how you play printing press. I am impressed.
You are printing impressed.
This is up my alley. It's got all the elements of board games I love.
Yeah, this is definitely a Judy game.
Yes. I love the card drafting and then tile laying. And it's quite point salad-y for me personally. Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so cool.
It is. It's a nice little puzzle. It's not really point salad-y, but you are accumulating points every round. But it's definitely a little puzzle that are those types of games you absolutely love.
Yeah.
So
and it plays really fast. Like 30 minutes to 1 hour is a sweet spot.
Yeah. Sure.
Anything 4 hours, I'll be tired.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's funny because I enjoyed it. I had a great time playing it. It's one of those games, though, that if you want to play it, I will happily play it anytime you want. Like I said, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever get it off the shelf and play it, though. Like, I don't think I would ask to play it. But if anybody wanted to play it, I would more than happily play it.
It's okay. It's my job. I'll make sure I ask you to play.
But that's a funny one, right? And I think it's just the style. Like, I did like it. I enjoyed it. But it's more a Judy game. It's just a little bit puzzly. And there wasn't the theme was a little bit pasted on. I mean, there was really no theme to it.
But it could be any theme.
Yeah.
But the gameplay, the mechanism of it is just very smooth when you play it. Yeah, I like it.
A little bit. The other thing I found a little bit, though, is I found it a little bit fiddly for me.
The thin tiles.
Those
the
thin
cards.
tiles, and every single phase of every round, you have to put new ones out and discard one. So there's a lot of shuffling around, and you always have to take your initiative cubes when you're the last one. So there's a lot of moving parts for something so small.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I am kind of nitpicking here, but I did find it a little bit fiddly. In fact, when we play it, you are the one that kind of keeps re-dealing out those little cards because I just didn't want to.
You can. You're well known and not able to deal with tiny epic games when it's so fiddly. So I got my hand ready. The card is in my hand. I'll just make sure I deal with it.
Right. Those little cards were a little bit thin and a little bit hard to...
It's thinner and it's rectangular. It's very long strips. So it's kind of hard to just like, I'm going to flip over easy handling. I got a smaller hand, so it's easier.
It's not like a regular deck of cards. Right?
It's quite different.
That being said, I really liked the puzzle aspect about the whole thing. What I like in games is I like how there are 3 rounds, so you're scoring 3 different plates.
Yeah, the frames and...
The frames, yeah. And I liked how they each scored separately, but they also each had something that would score all of them together at the end of the game.
Yes, and that's the part I say very point salad. Yeah. Because you kind of achieve one case, but you have 3 objective frame to go together. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. No, very cool. Very, very cool. Quite interactive too. Like there's a lot of, don't you take, like you were mad at me a couple of times when we played because I took the cards you wanted. the death look I got from Judy.
It's not even you wanted. You discarded so you can draw one tile from the bag. You didn't want it. You discarded.
I took the card.
My eyes was shine with flames.
It was so funny. I took the card. And then you're like, I could hear you go, oh no, I wanted that card. And then I discarded it to draw something from the bag. And you went, what? You don't even want it? That was good. Yeah. So there are those moments in games, and I love those moments in games.
So may I say there are a lot of player interaction?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
so. Like I said, and I'll say it again, I enjoyed playing this game. And if anybody ever wants to play it, I'll play it. Right? It's just, we have a million puzzly type 30 to 45 minute games. I don't know if I would ever pick this one over some of the other ones we have, like Cascadia or Calico, or why am I only naming Flat Out Games? But, you know, like,
there are a lot of puzzly games, sure. This is going to be in my collection of games that up my alley.
And that makes me happy because if you want to play it, I will play it. And I'm glad that you will get use out of it, and I'll play with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that will be it for today. Printing Press.
Yeah.
Have you played yet? If you have, leave your comment and let us know what you think. If you have not, check it out.
Definitely.
Yeah. Until next time.
Go ahead and get another game off of your nerd shelf.
Take care.
Bye.